Good morning. This is Kendall Kincaid reporting for USFtv. This year, a third more than the average number of freshmen were admitted to USF, maxing out the school's housing space. As university policy still states that all students must live on campus during their first year, this year, freshman housing has reached an unprecedented capacity. Accordingly, both freshman dorms, Hayes, Healy, and Gilson, have converted nearly every room into a triple, meaning all students share a single bedroom with 2 other people. Worries arose about how this system would put stress on the buildings and their facilities. We spoke with Haley Heidemann, a resident advisor in Gilson, about the situation.
We do have a lot more students this year in the dorms. We have, I believe it's 1/3 more students than we did last year and my freshman year, so that's definitely changed the dynamics of the building a little bit. The only problem I really see with triples is that in Gilson at least the room sizes don't change, so it does become a lot crammed, or sometimes it's hard to, when both beds are lofted, hard to get into the beds. So I would say that's definitely one challenge, is just the amount of space. But I was scared about lines for the shower or lines for the bathroom. It's been really the same, not anything has changed. A lot of times in triples, the dynamics of the roommates changes because there's often that 2-to-1, and people can usually gang up on each other. As RAs, we set a baseline at the very beginning of the semester to ensure that doesn't happen. Freshmen coming in don't know that it's changed, so if you don't create it as a big deal or a negative thing, then they won't come in thinking it's a negative thing, and overall it's not. They did tell us if one positive way to look at it is instead of having one friend, you come in with 2 friends. So that's kind of the way we tried to spin it.
With the cost of living on campus $4,000 higher than the national average cost of college campus housing, and the chance of getting a spot after freshman year increasingly difficult, most USF students are forced to live off campus after freshman year. In fact, 67% of our student population lives off campus. But what is housing like for off-campus students?
I mean, when you live in the dorms, you just pay at the beginning of the semester and then you're done. But in an apartment, you have to work out how you're going to pay for the rent each month, how you're going to pay for things like internet, PG&E, and in addition, you have to figure out how you're going to feed yourself. I'm at 21st Ave, and from there the bus ride is going to be about 15 minutes. If you bike, it's going to be like 10 minutes, so it's really not a big issue as long as you leave yourself 30 minutes before school to get there.
The average rent in San Francisco is currently $3,200 a month, and with 4 students in a 2-bedroom apartment, rent for students is usually around $800 a person. The difficult part about housing, though, is not dealing with the cost. It's finding the housing in the first place.
We looked for a while. We looked from February to June. It was very obvious that a lot of landlords discriminated against college students in a way.
How does USF plan to deal with this housing dilemma? There are rumors that the university plans to start construction on a new dorm building. We spoke to Peter Novak, Provost of Student Life, to see what those plans are.
So yes, I can confirm the rumors. The university is planning a new residence hall that will hopefully be built within the next 3 to 4 years. And the location of that is going to be where the current ROTC building is. So part of the plans mean that we have to relocate some things. It'll mean that we're going to have more food service up on upper campus. Hopefully 600 students will be able to be housed in the new residence hall, which would make it our largest, but also it's really needed. So we're looking at a variety of other alternatives for housing in the meantime, too. We've looked at motels and hotels, and we've looked at every imaginable space possible to see if we can make something that's applicable and something that students would be able to live in. So I'm really excited, and I really hope it can get off the ground as quickly as possible because we need it, and students need it. And whenever there's a problem in a city like San Francisco, those problems are often reflected on a college campus, and so when housing is a problem in the city, it's a problem for our students.
In another housing-related story, a famous San Francisco home got a lot of attention these past few weeks. 2640 Steiner Street, the filming location of the family home in Mrs. Doubtfire, was the site of a colorful memorial in honor of actor Robin Williams. This is Kendall Kincaid from USFtv. See you next time.